Hello, everyone. Hello, Darkvolt. Welcome in. Hello, everybody. Y'all had a nice weekend. Yeah, so the title Feltarune, I can't take credit for it because one of the comments on the TikTok version of the Ralsei video was, no way, Feltarune. And I was like, shit, you're right. So yeah, it's Feltarune now. Yeah, that thing's been okay. Mine was pretty good. It was the end of GDQ. Watched a bunch of Deltarune. That was the finale game. They raised $2.4 million. Amazing. I put on... I got all ready to felt, and then I'm like, wait a second. Also, let us not forget. Do the thing I need to do, which is start the recording. Okay, there we go. We're gonna make Kris. Before we do that, let's go over what colors we have. We have this blue for their skin, which is like slightly less cyan than it really is, but like I think it works just fine. And goes well with this navy that I have. The only problem with the navy is going to be that the hair will not be as hair-like. It will be slightly more scraggly because this is what's called a sliver, meaning that it is carded, so it's just going to look scragglier. But Kris also has just kind of hair like that anyway. And then we have the mixture of pink that will be their will be like their cloak kind of thing, which is left over from Ralsei's scarf and Susie's pants. Also got a bit more of that. We've got silver and gray, which I'm going to combine for the armor pieces that are on the body, so like the boots and the gloves. For the sort of breastplate and pauldrons and backplate, it's going to be craft foam. Also, welcome in Dark Sass and Sploot. So I have some white craft foam. I will be painting it gray. I forgot that this upload of Mario Kart World music has some random background noises in it. Boots with the felt. So yeah, we have some white craft foam. I will be painting that gray and then painting silver on top of it. Which is also what I have now done for Susie's axe. Because somebody was like, what if you did an undercoat of like black or gray? And I'm like, yeah, you're right. And then I did, and then it was better that way. And then we also have a little bit of red and black and white for their eyes, which I'm still deciding how exactly I want to do that, but I think I want to make just like sort of normal-ish anime eyes and then have a sort of thin covering of probably the navy. I'm not exactly sure. Or maybe not. Like I don't know if I'm gonna have like a shadow built into it or not, but definitely like the hair will cover it. Yeah, I did. I used a gray coating, which worked out better. Like, yay, I'm not sitting here doing 3 coats of paint. I'm only doing 2 coats of paint. Also, Mario Kart World OST, very, very good. I have no interest in Mario Kart or buying a Switch 2 right now. But, sure did make good music for it. I think I'm going to, do the like fan art interpretation of having the Deltarune symbol on their breastplate. And we'll also have the sword. So I think that this figure will just be more expensive. Because I don't usually charge extra for a weapon, even though I should. But with a weapon and armor, that's going to take like a probably full extra hour of work. So it may cost like 10 more bucks. Hi, Cheesy. Or I might make the sword optional. Might be like, okay, if you want it to be normally priced, you can have it without the sword, or if you want the everything, it can have the sword with it. I am not paying royalties to them. Also, I cut it off, but Peter Griffin profile picture. And I'm like, yeah, I'll just cut that off so so you don't have to look at that all stream. I also might get rid of this, or I'll just make it smaller. It's slightly in the way. Yeah, that's the reveal. I also got another comment that was from Kris streamer, who was like this very like unhinged comment that was like, I thought you were making cookie dough and you were trying to like put sewing into cookie dough, and I thought, oh, I figured it out. And I'm like, and this is also not the first comment I've gotten about somebody thinking that I'm like making something that's not felt, because somebody on YouTube was like, I thought you were making bread. And I'm like, what is it that makes this look like bread? Especially when it starts off with the wire armature. Like, okay, I guess. But yeah, I did go down a rabbit hole of what would the gang be like as cookies. I do not. A felted loaf of bread. Well, some people do that. Yes, I'll allow bone bread. Yes. No, that's a callback. Automa, that's a callback. It's just bone-in bread. Yeah. Well, the thing is that I do put wire armatures in the oven when I'm making the, any of the clay props. Just putting polymer clay in the oven. But yeah, I decided that, blah. Yeah, maybe it is like, oh, like a watch too many cooking shows and that's what you think. Like, that's fine. Also, like, not very many people know what needle felting is, so it's okay. I have realized that I'm, like, probably responsible for, like, tens of thousands of people knowing what needle felting is. Or at least knowing more about it than, oh yeah, I think that's what that is, because of GDQ. And what also kind of made me laugh was that during one of the last prize segments, they zoomed in on something that was next to the scent doll. And everybody was like, they made Scent into a marketable plushie! And I'm in chat going, I made that, it's one of a kind, but some of my other stuff was in the prize box before. And then somebody was like, the people want to know if you're going to release Scent from his imprisonment as a doll. Do you have anything to say about this? And I just like I just did like a Twitch smiley face. Yeah, the cookies for everybody would be, Ralse is a matcha sugar cookie. um, with a toasted coconut, rolled in toasted coconut. Susie is a chocolate cayenne sablé cookie with served with red grape juice, because I found a recipe by legendary cookbook author Dory Greenspan and realized that I had that cookbook, and I'm like, oh, I will go look at that in the cookbook. And she made a whole group of cookies that was meant to be served with wine. And so I'm like, oh, red wine, red grape juice. And if you know, you know, as to what that's a reference to. And then Kris is a heart-shaped palmier. Just like a really crispy, crunchy, yummy puff pastry thing. And it's got, it's rolled in like cinnamon and sugar, so it would be cinnamon and brown sugar, so that we could get the, butterscotch flavor, and butterscotch is brown sugar and butter, and we get butter from the puff pastry and brown sugar from the coating. That's what my thought process was. You're probably one of the most famous felters. I mean, maybe. At least in these circles of the internet, in any case. Okay, what do I keep doing that's making one arm longer than the other? These are the same. Because this is, like, clearly longer than the other one. Gamer world. Thanks, guys. Okay, it's actually fine. It just looks wrong. Make that smaller just in case. But yeah, I mean, GDQ went really well. I hope that I raised money for charity. I threw in, I think, something like 25 bucks in little increments over the week. This isn't the really long Rainbow Road, is it? It's not. Okay, good. There's a... Apparently in Mario Kart World, the different parts of Rainbow Road have different music, so there's like a 20-minute supercut of like the full versions of each different section of the track, and it goes on for 20 minutes, and it's really annoying. It's at the very beginning of this playlist. Which bones do you like for your vessel? Excellent. Truly excellent. I have... Now that I've... So here's the thing. I watched Barry play it. 3 and 4. Then I'm in the middle of watching Juno play it. And then my friend is also playing it. And I'm in the middle of watching them play it. So I'm getting a lot of Deltarune a lot of the time. Which, by the way, if Juno is doing Deltarune tomorrow, I will probably not be there for very long. Much as I would like to, I am busy that day. Later on in the day, so I'm not sure how long I'll be able to hang out. I should probably tell him ahead of time that it's like, hey, if you wanted me to be there, I'm actually busy that day if you wanted to do anything else. Because I know it's like open to everybody, it's just that I'm there every time, so I should probably tell him. I've just got that, like, oh, well, because it's open to everybody, then I shouldn't be, like, presuming that Juno wants me to be there. But it's like, I know Juno wants me to be there. We're friends. Have some self-confidence. Have confidence. No confidence. Also, Ash is in new shirt. Not quite as, you know, fancy as the other one. But we have new shirt. Makes him look like a bouncing baby boy. He did indeed get mats on his fur, which is fine. That was gonna happen, and I just cut them out, and it's okay. Boing boing woof. His everything is healing very well. And it did come back. Pathology did come back and was like, yeah, that little bump on his back was just a little benign cyst. It's fine. And I'm like, okay, good. So good that we got rid of it. The vet calls him Little Booger, and it's very cute. Also, AGDQ is going to be in Pittsburgh. I can drive there. Like, I might go. At least for part of the time. Yeah, because at the very, very end of GDQ, like after their whole like finale video that they do, they always announce when and where GDQ is, the next one. And yeah, I believe it's January 4th through 10th, and it's in Pittsburgh. And it like sort of used to be in Pittsburgh, and then it wasn't for quite a while. We're gonna add more of a, shape to this, but for right now I just want to get the legs covered. I'm like, that's not very far. I could drive there. And they also, like, have an artist alley now. It was the first year that they had an artist and vendor alley. And I've sort of, like, helped with other people's artist alley booths briefly, and I've done, like, very, very few in-person events for this particular store. And I'm like, it would be cool if I was there in the artist alley, but perhaps that is maybe expecting too much of me. Because I would need to get somebody to help me, which, like, I can find somebody to help me. But I also probably would just, like, full on have a panic attack, because I don't know if I can manage that amount of people. But, like, we'll see how that goes. I may or may not change my mind on it. And also, like, who knows if they would even accept it, because just because they like me doesn't mean that I'm good at being in the artist alley. And also, because all of my stuff is, like, individually handmade except for the keychains, I would have to make so much inventory. Like, I already have some, but it would be a lot. But that's, like, 6 months from now. But I do think I want to go. Kris may end up being... He'll definitely be shorter than Susie, and probably also Ralsei. seriously felting stock to go straight to checkout. That's kind of what I'm worried about. Because, like, what I could do is just, like, have what I have and then, like, have a commissions list. And be like, I will start on these when I can. Yeah, most of my stuff that I have that's small is like I have little air plant holders, I have rear view window car hangers / like ornaments. Some other stuff that just like I've had for a long time that hasn't sold. That is at this point pretty old, but it's still pretty good. Like, well, even my early stuff is pretty good, so I couldn't be too upset about keeping it around. Because a lot of people want to look at it, but then it's also like, how much money do you have to spend? But I guess a game's done quick that's people who are, like, there to spend money on charity, so they presumably have money. And yeah, despite Kris being non-binary, I think they're probably AMAB, so I'm gonna go with the masculine hips. Which, most of the difference is just that, like, there isn't, like, this part on the side. Oh! Hi, Cammy! And the Vestal, and Marlo, and Sen. Welcome in! My name is WireMouse. I use they, them pronouns. I'm a needle felt artist, and I run a store called StabbyNeedleStudios. And at the moment, I am making Kris Feltarune. We are going to have also making a butt at the Mo. Yeah. The best time to raid in to my channel is when I'm making a butt. And here's my little dog Esh. Feltarune. Yep. So in the corner there, there was a TikTok comment that said, "No way, Feltarune." And I'm like, you're right. You're right, it is Feltarune. Yeah, I guess it is accurate. There's currently butt-related things going on. You wouldn't Feltarune. The thing is, I would. Although I guess in this instance, I'm going to be painting a rune because for like the armor, specifically the pauldrons, like the upper body armor, I'm going to be using craft foam for that, and I'm going to go with the thing that shows up in fan art sometimes, where Kris has a Feltarune on, like, on the chest plate. Oh, yes. Thank you, Sen. Yes, and if anybody needs to raid and run, or whatever, do what you need to do. What were you guys doing? I didn't catch what you're doing. Oh! Your raids. Hi, Ninja Bear. Welcome in. Also, I will pet the dog. Pet him, pet him. Hello. My name is WireMouse. I use they, them pronouns. I am a needle felt artist, and I run a store called StabbyNeedleStudios. And I hope you had a good stream. Co-working and studying. That's nice. Hey, you're not... That's not the right tool, buddy. Here we go. We are Felting Dreamer. We are. I feel like if I made a Naruto doll and put it in the store, I would probably get just, like, deleted from the internet. That sounds like a bad idea. How the pixels come out on a felted piece? Yeah, I don't make it, like, pixelized exactly, but I do try to, like, keep the, I do try to, like, keep the idea of it. So, like, for example, I don't have any of them with me right now, because I sold all of them, but, let's get another one here. Image. And we will grab it, and we will go to Z. Big. Large. Yes, I do want art text. Like, this is what Susie looks like. And so she's got, like, her axe, and all these are posable, by the way. And sort of the idea of it. And then Ralse, who I've also done. Which is that. I did both versions of him. With glasses and everything. And I also did... stop it! OBS, OBS. OBS, I'm gonna need you to lock in. Okay, cool. I will look at that in just a moment. Oh, thank you. And then I did Tenna as well. And for him, I did something weird where I, like, made the... I added the baked-in lighting, which I thought was very cool. So yeah, there's that. Art Fight Revenge on Marlowe. I have thought about doing, like, pixel art. That may work better in, like a 2D form. Post what Cammy made. There it is. Oh, that looks great. That's like a whole scene. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Feltarunes showing up on top of it, of course. With, like, perspective and everything. That's awesome. Yeah, I was really proud of how the lighting came out with Tenna. It is absolutely the coolest. Like, I would be staring at it for hours. Like, it's so great. That's right. You guys are Trekkies. It's great. Hi, sir. Hi. Oh, by the way, speaking of Cammy being skilled, Cammy has made backgrounds and stuff for the Monster of the Week campaign that I'm in, which an episode of that is happening this Saturday. So there will be no stream then. And then also next Saturday, I'm going to a cousin's wedding, so I will not be here next Saturday. So, yeah, so there should be Monster of the Week this coming weekend. Where I play my little guy Sparky, who is also in Art Fight and has gotten one or two little art fight attacks, and I treasure them. I have all of the, like, quote unquote fan art I've ever gotten that I was able to save anyway, saved on my computer. And I'm just like, yay! It makes me happy. Like, I love being friends with a bunch of artists. This is great. I'm an artist too, I just don't do... Yeah. And I had a lot of fun doing the art fight attacks that I have done. I'm sure I will do more, I just haven't. I want to do one for Cammy. I haven't decided what yet. And like, might do a Melvin or a Reb, or I might save that for her birthday. Sure. Reb's birthday is like 3 days before mine. Yeah. And there were like a couple of characters of people who aren't in the community who was like, oh, that would be fun to draw. But those are, you know, those are last priority. Tell you what, looking at Art Fight, I've been learning more about like species that people invent. They're not like all furries, they're just like mostly. But learning about adoptable species and stuff. More of them than I knew about before. I think it's cool that people make that stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm here! Stumbles in the door. Hi, Malform. Welcome in. Always nice to see you around. PC hates Twitch. Yeah, like I think one of the ones I wanted to draw was called a dainty. And it's just sort of like a mostly humanoid race that has sort of like deer elements. Really cute. Fun. Some VPN, yeah. Oh yeah, and so SGDQ is over, but the raid train is still going on for a couple more days. Feel like checking any of those people out. Yeah, aren't they really expensive? Yeah, because you have to like pay for the like rights to use them or something. PowerPoint party. What's that about? I want to see that. Just like a smarty pants, essentially. Feltarune. Like, I know Dropout didn't invent the idea of a PowerPoint party, but they've certainly made it more like, you know, that would be fun, let's do that. Kris is really skinny, so I won't, like, bulk them up too much. Oh, nice. I think I'm not in Ghost Discord. What about right on height? Yes, let's just... this butt cheek slightly higher, you know? Yeah, that's why I'm like, I shouldn't, do too much bulk here, because the the colorful wool on top of it always adds some bulk, and then if there's, you know, anything else on top of that, like clothes or in this case armor, it's gonna be like, okay, I don't want you to be looking like you can't put your arms down. They're very exclusive because only the creator is allowed to make new design. Yeah. Bag beans. I don't know what that one is. But I think, isn't the, like... I think the way that I learned about it, and probably the way most people sort of outside of that community learned about it, was through, like, the furry commission that was for, like, hundreds of thousands of dollars or something. Which was a combination of closed species and the person was in, like, a manic spending state. Yeah, I weirdly didn't actually spend a ton of time on DeviantArt. I think just because I had bad internet as a kid, so loading all of those images would have been kind of hard. Also why I didn't, like, watch a ton of, like, pirated anime on YouTube. I mostly watched Homestar Runner, because Flash videos loaded really quickly. Yay! Hi, Juno. Juno, thing I needed to tell you that I forgot to mention. I am busy for most of tomorrow, so if you wanted to stream Deltarune, I can only be there for a little bit. Yeah, Daily Motion watching Azumanga Daioh in 5 parts. Yeah, that was like, man, I wish, but I don't think my computer's gonna cooperate. Yeah. No, it's like, Chapter 4 is really good and I want to be there, but I am busy. Sure, Mr. Buppy. Oh, hi. Sorry. He's like, I'm trying to sleep. I want to be next to you, but you see, I am trying to sleep. And switch to R5, maybe. Okay. Up to you. I can be there for, like, the beginning of it. Hi. Yes? What's up? Up, pup. Oh, nothing. Just sleeping. Yes, like that. Gotta collect ash kisses, of course. They are a valuable currency. I mean, the ash kiss economy is fucked because he just gives them out willy-nilly, but at least here, you can only get one a day. I don't know if you guys watched much GDQ, but I sure did. Human, I have been roused from mine slumber, so I requireth affection to steel me for another attempt at the snoozing. Thank you. Oh god, Ash voice for rules card? That would be stupid. Trying to think of a rules card line that isn't from Chapter 3, because my favorite one is from Chapter 3. Oh, okay, bye. I am the Royal Puzzleth Master. And the Lancer calls me Lesser Daddy. Worms, thou shalt tremble before mineth power. There you go. It's just, my brain simply could not... Like, can you come up with literally any other rules card line? No, I can't. Okay. God damn it! I used to make him swear a lot, and then I stopped. It'd be like, this is stupid, mommy. I am fucking pissed right now. And it's like, Ash, a language! Oh. He's horrible. The Deltarune run was very good for GDQ. It was the finale run. And they did... They did chapters 1 and 2, all bosses, and then had an incentive to do 3 and 4, and did that as well. So yeah, don't watch past where you are. Cause like, it spoils stuff. Yeah, I mean, like, you can watch up to the point that you're at. They also had an incentive to do a voice-controlled fight that's in the post-game, and they didn't quite make that, but that's okay. That was, like, very much a stretch goal. Raid! Hi, Damselheart. Welcome in. I am not thine lesser father. I shall not listeneth to thine MP3s. How is he, anyway? Okay, yeah, I'm also not going to mess with the arms too much because you're like genuinely not going to see the shoulders with blah with armor and stuff. And we'll get to that when we get to that, probably next time. Probably today will just be normal felting, and then Wednesday we'll be like working on armor and sword and stuff. Thank you for redeeming DVD player. I'm still not sure if it's hit the corner ever. It should. It's not like a looping GIF. It's a link to a website that just does this. I was incredibly proud of myself when I figured out how to do that. It's like absolutely baby's first OBS command, but like I was proud of myself. Mix it up command, rather. Other runs I like from GDQ include AEW Fight Forever, which was the wrestling one, which had an entire, like, everybody in that audience was a wrestling fan, and so they had, like, skits in the middle of the run, and, like, oh, they're getting upset, throw them out, and oh, they're coming back, and, you know, dumb stuff like that. And they all had signs, and they were chanting, and it was very silly. That was one of the silly block ones, so it was like late at night too, which added to the vibes. And there was also Arctic Eggs, which Teddy Ross did, and he's very funny. And like everything was going wrong. It was incredibly hilarious. Like all of the lights went out at one point. It was silly. Just like failing every trick, and he's like, "This is the worst run ever." He wasn't like getting stressed out. It was just like funny. Really enjoyed Mario Odyssey, SM64 120 star. Yeah, there was a power cut. It was. He's like, and on top of all that, the power went out. Hi, Conkles. Welcome in. Oh, and Kung Fu Fruit Cup's Beat Saber was really fun because that was really early in the week, and that was to show off like, here's some upcoming runs. Like we have all of these like fan-made video game songs for Beat Saber that are at least semi-related to games being played. And she's like really good at it. It's just like casually having a conversation while doing this extremely difficult rhythm game in VR. And boy, I looked at they had two cameras. They had like first person what she's actually seeing, and then they had her on a green screen, and you were like sort of behind her and to the side. So that one, you know, didn't move when she moved her head, because the moving when she moved her head was like, oh boy, I have some motion sensitivity, and that is not what I want to do. So I looked at the other screen. So what are we gonna do? Well, okay. Oh yeah, she's fun. I've been to her streams several times. She's a stronger person than I. Or dealing with all of the weird people she gets in her chat. Not that anybody here is weird. Like, you know, being a femme person online kind of does that. Ow. I stabbed myself. Yeah, being a femme person on the internet who shows their face and is, you know... There we go, thank you. And is, you know, let's face it, Kung Fu Fruit Cup is really pretty. Like, and she also cross streams to YouTube. It's... yeah. Like that. She also had a really great response to somebody who just did a who said, "I fucked your dad," and she was like, "Joke's on you, my dad's dead." Somebody's not caught up on the Fu lore. And I was like, oh. It was very good. People who show their face on camera braver than a U.S. Marine, yeah. Hey, there's a reason I don't show my face on camera. You can see my hands, and that's pretty much all you'll get. And my fucking scar, which will at some point go away, but holy shit, way to get a cooking burn right before you start streaming. OMG, same! I love digging up corpses. Yes, I will allow I fucked your dad. Sorry, I have bad taste. Hope it's terminal. Yeah, sometimes with trolls like that, I'm like, don't say anything. Streamer's on top of it, or mods are on top of it. It's not up to you. It's fine. And I'm just like sitting there fucking vibrating. The thing is, you can yell at people all you want if you say it out loud at your computer and nobody can hear you. And then I can go, stop! Why do you like this? And some people, it's like, okay, well, maybe their English isn't their first language, or like they can't read a room, or they have some kind of like neurospiciness. I get it, but like there are also times it's like, cut it out. Yeah, just yell at your computer and let the mods handle it. And if the mods aren't handling it, you can like DM one of the mods or something. You're like, hey, this person's making me... I've done that before in some like bigger streams. I've been like, hey, this person's like genuinely making me uncomfortable. Can you like do something about it? So we've got ads in about 3 minutes. Get a face? Yes. I guess I don't need to... I guess I could make the face and the hair. There's not a whole lot I have to do around the neck. Gotta get it like behind as well as in front. Gotta get the back of the skull too. One thing that I saw in GDQ chat was this user who I swear I recognize, like, shows up for like the last parts of GDQ to just be a hater about like how much money we can raise, and it's like, well, I don't think we'll make that much, or you know, looking at the stats, I don't think that's possible. And it's like, buddy, like, we're all trying to have fun here. How about you chill? And then like eventually gets banned. And I'm like, I know I've seen this exact person do that multiple times. Like, what reason is there to be pessimistic during a charity marathon? Okay, so like, we're fundraising! It's fine if we don't get it, but, like, let's try, you know. Right. Ads are gonna start. I will be here. Adding blue skin onto the lad. Negging went out with skinny jeans and was much less cool than the jeans. That's like a very, like, mean girl parentheses positive thing to say. I appreciate it. Music, you're stressing me out. Yeah, I don't think they were doing it as a bit. I think they just sucked. Yeah, why don't you just be excited? Just don't talk. Like, you know, I post in GDQ chat sometimes, but, you know, only if I've got, like, something to say that's positive and contributes. I'm a chatty Twitch user, for sure. Yeah, it's money they didn't have before, and it's for motivation purposes, and they raised, like... This was before they got to 2 million. And, like, I realize you can't hear me, but... Or probably can't. It's like, of course we're gonna get to 2 million! They haven't not gotten to 2 million since, like, I don't know, 2019 or something. Like, the size that it is now, it always gets past 2 mil. Like, GDQ adds in the sponsor money, and, you know, other people make large donations later on. It happens, it's fine. Chill out. Yeah. I'll say it when more people are back, but, like, the Doctors Without Borders rep, who's great and we love her, was talking about, like, what exactly, like, various amounts of money can do for the charity. And it's like, yeah, genuinely every little bit matters. Anyway, welcome back. Yeah, I'm just talking about, like, hey, genuinely every little bit matters. Like, they raised, like, $2.4 million for charity, and I believe that's more than last time. I think it was, like, 2.25 million, last SJDQ, something like that. Like, yeah, we didn't make the very last incentive, but the big incentive was 2.3, and that was to get chapters 3 and 4, and then they had 2.5 million in like a very short amount of time for the extra incentive, and we didn't make that, but that's okay. Still got close. Got within like $60,000 of it. And yeah, like the MSF representative was saying, like $5 buys 2 surgical gowns for doctors to do surgery in a like sterile way. Like, GDQ sometimes gets coverage from traditional media outlets. Like, obviously, like, gaming outlets and stuff do. It's just, you know, on the odd occasion, there'll be some very, very incredulous reporter who's like, gamers raising money by playing video games quickly? And it's like, have you ever heard of a subculture, my guy? And they have money, too. It's like, yeah, they do. A lot of them are, like, adults with jobs. And, of course, as we know, all trans women are programmers, and programmers make money. What? Why are you coming up with bangers today? Probably think subculture's having olives on your foot long. Fucking devastating. Something out of my own sphere of interest has a big impact and I didn't know about it? More at 5. What does crack me up, though, is when I have to explain what I was doing all of last week to people who say, did you have a nice weekend? And I, like, am in the mood to possibly tell them what I was doing. It's like, I'm like, okay, where do I start? So there's this website called Twitch where you watch people play video games usually. And I, like, eventually get to the part where it's like, and I make prizes for it and they raise money and in anyway, it's a big deal. My jagged edges are showing. And also in the finale video, they announced a new, like, short marathon that's in October, I believe, that is called Games Done Queer. And we don't really know anything else more about it. We just saw that. And I'm like, buddy, isn't that everybody? Like, you're not going to be excluding that many people by saying you have to be queer to be in this marathon. Why not play them yourself? Listen, why do you watch sports? It's kind of the same thing. Not exactly, but like, and with like the interactive part, also, have you ever like been the younger sibling on the couch watching your older brother play video games? It's also like that. Being a spectator is a thing. Yeah, it's like, it's not the exact same thing because it's not like a sport exactly. But also like sports can be used as a good analog for speedrunning. Yeah, which 3 specific people did they want to exclude with the queer one? Yeah, I watch a lot, many more games than I play in general. Just because I was the younger sibling watching their older sibling play video games, and I had the guidebooks and all that, and I've shown them on stream before, but I'm sure I'll do it again at some point, is the guidebooks that I still have. Yeah, I mean, esports is getting there. And like speedrunning as in like why would you play the same game over and over or watch somebody play the same game over and over? It's like, well, why would you already know how basketball works. Why would you watch basketball if you know how it goes? It's like because it's different every time, that's why. Do I give Kris ears? If I'm giving them eyes, I should give them ears. It is fun to have a... in this color. I am going to give them eyes. I have some red and black and white for... Because Kris has red eyes. It's, like, shown a few times. And the hair is still going to be covering it, and I haven't decided yet if I want to do, like, some kind of a darker wool color over top of them to, like, to emulate the shadow or not? I can't decide. We'll see how it goes. But I am going to give them eyes. Just because that feels like a fun, like, interactive part of a doll, you know? That could be funny if like one of the props was a red heart, except that I don't think they ever pull it out of their chest when they're in the Dark World, so that could be like a Light World exclusive version. Yeah, it depends, because also, this is another, like, sort of, I guess, was not a commission, I'm just making it because I think people will buy it. And also because if I made Susie and Ralsei, I have to make Kris. I won't be able to pose them together because I don't have them all at the same time, but if somebody orders all three at the same time, I can do that. Going in both thinking, what's the point of this? I can conclusively say that speedrunning is way more engaging than sports. I mean, it depends on the kind of person you are. Like, I've enjoyed watching sports when, mostly when I've been in, like, pep band or marching band, because I don't pay a whole lot of attention to the actual game itself, but, like, being there, having something to do, playing stand tunes, being there with your friends... Like, I find that fun. I had a lot of fun being at football games in high school and hockey games in college. And hockey games are hilarious because they just, like, get extremely rowdy all the time. But, like, it just depends on the kind of stuff you like. But at least for me... Oh my god, hockey games are so funny. For example... When I, so I, played trumpet for 10 years. I was in band from 5th grade to, my second to last year of college. And also I was in college for 5 years, so the last year I just wasn't in it. But, and I was in marching band from... freshman year of high school to freshman year of college. And then I was in pep band after that. So I've gone to a lot of, you know, football games, etc. And hockey was a big thing at my school, in college. And my god, they're funny. Because you're kind of, like, encouraged to yell at the ref. And, like, there are all of these chants that you do, and it's also really easy to follow. Because football and basketball, at least for me, are like, okay, there's kind of a lot of rules to sort of understand what's going on at all. But hockey's more like soccer in that it's like, okay, you get 1 point for getting the puck in the goal. That's it. Like, and if there's a penalty, if it's our team, you got to be mad about it, and if it's the other team, you got to be really smug about it. That's about it. If you want to know more than that, you can learn more than that. But as far as being a member of the crowd, that's about all you need to know. And then, you know, every now and then, like, we get to play some fun little song. But we could only do, we had CeeLo Green's Forget You, aka Fuck You, that we could only play during playoffs because people would start singing along. It was very funny when we made it to playoffs and we're like, yes, we can play CeeLo Green! And my parents lived over there. Yeah. This is all to say I'm not, like, I don't particularly love watching sports myself when, like, there's anything better for me to be doing. I was a trumpet player in marching band. I was actually in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade one year. It was very fun and cool, and I got, like, a close-up on national television. It was great. Finally, I may play this. Other funny story about CeeLo Green's Forget You. My mom had a band in college, and they still meet up and do, like, jam sessions and stuff. And one year, I was, like, going to go over to my boyfriend at the time's house, but, like, his parents were being awful to me. That relationship was on its way out. I felt so disrespected. It was terrible, so I had to stay home. And that was when they were having their little jam session. And they were thinking of singing Forget You. And I was like, oh, I know that song. And I go over to the piano where one of them is playing it, and I start singing along to it. And needless to say, I had a very fun time with my mom's band accompanying me, singing Fuck You, because I was just so frustrated that I was being, like, very disrespected by the boyfriend and boyfriend's family. And I was like, yeah. But, like, having your mom and her friends, like, sing back up to you being pissed about your situation was really cool. Oh, my captions have borked. Hey, captions. You can still hear me, right? I mean, I guess you can still hear me if you're responding to what I'm saying. Save. How about now? We can hear you, cool. And open captions, text source, save, text source, captions, save. How about now? Okay, I officially... works! It works. Okay. Okay, we're good. By the way I fixed that was just turning some things off and turning them back on. And OBS went, okay, fine. I love OBS, yes I do. I love OBS, how about you? Oh boy. As long as we're telling stories about stuff. So when I would occasionally, while I was like a freshman in college or whatever, hey, it worked. I would come back to my high school and hang out and play in pep band at like basketball games, because I still knew a bunch of people, you know. Also, thank you for getting your Ash Kiss malform. And another person who I'd known for a very long time, because everybody knows each other, it was a small town, was like, hey, so, and I'm like, yeah, what's up? Oh, thank you for the follow. Like, do you remember when we were in elementary school and I did something that wasn't allowed and you told on me, and then I had to spend like a week inside looking out and wanting to be outside because you told on me? And I'm like, no, I'm sorry, Garrett. It's like, it's okay. It's just like, oops. Like, I feel bad. I just don't remember that. Sorry, I was a little teacher's pet. I apologize. Oh yeah, play Hero of Law. It's very good. That's the Ocarina of Time / Ace Attorney ROM hack that's 1,000 times better than it has any fucking right to be. Okay. Well, Kris doesn't have a face, but we're gonna have one. I'm gonna have one anyway. I'm gonna pull up the other reference that I have. No, he wasn't upset. It was just like... It was just sort of like, hey, we're at this point like 18, 19 years old, and I need to tell you about this thing you did when we were 8. And I'm like, okay, sorry. You got a fucking chalky bar? Hell yeah. Yes, that's... It's possibly because the neck tends to end up farther left. Oh yeah, I need to make ice cream this week. I need to make Scotcheroo ice cream. The Scotcheroo, which is the little-known confection of certain parts of the Midwest, is a Rice Krispie treat, which is made with peanut butter and butterscotch and has a chocolate butterscotch coating. And if you're real cool, sea salt on top. And I make an ice cream out of it. What's a Wispa? Like an ice cream bar? Looking forward to seeing the final Kris. Thank you for coming, Marlo. Probably be finished on Wednesday. Arrow, okay, it's similar to that. Oh, okay, yeah. Sort of a somewhat aerated hockey bar. By the way, we do have Arrow, but it is in the international section. I just, like, happen to know what it is. I am a big, big fan of, Jaffa Cakes. I do love the shit out of Jaffa Cakes, and then also Tim Tams. Final Kris evoking Final Pam energy. Because we have, in Cincinnati, Jungle Gyms. And if anybody doesn't know what Jungle Gyms is, it's an extremely funny store that is this, like, giant warehouse that is, like, half gourmet food store, half, like, deranged Chuck E. Cheese. It's very weird. but you can get like all this international food and all this like, you know, crazy every flavor of pop you want. You can get like Japanese food, you can get any kind of alcohol ever, any kind of produce ever. Jungle Jim is a person, and he may or may not be affiliated with the Mafia. And this is all true, genuinely. He's this very weird person who runs 2 stores, although there's sort of one main one and one sort of side one. That is this giant, ridiculous store that used to be like a kind of a farmer's market stand, I think. And eventually evolved into, this guy also really liked collecting weird shit, such as roller coasters and animatronics and like stunt cars, and he put them all in his store. And so now we have, yeah, no, he absolutely is affiliated with the mob. It's great. And this has been, this store's been there since like my parents were kids, so it's a big thing. And so, for example, you'll see a giant Campbell's soup can, and by giant I mean like 12 feet tall, hanging from the ceiling on a little like rope swing, and saying like, "Welcome to my factory," or something like that. And it's just over a bunch of like international goods. And sort of like where the Tim Tams and Jaffa Cakes are, there's this like big animatronic tree and like a Robin Hood or something, and you like walk under the tree. It's very weird. It's a great like take people there to sightsee and also get some cool like international food. It's absolutely some Faye shit. Lots of imports, lots of exports, lots of collecting big expensive things for no particular purpose. He's got these like fiberglass animals out front with like a fake pond. In Northeast Philly, there's a big cool and weird salvage/antique store, and the owner bought a storage unit that had 180 decommissioned Jeffrey the Giraffe mascot suits, so they decorated an entire church venue with them. Holy shit. That's exactly what Jungle Jim would do. It's great that you have a hobby, honey. Yeah, exactly. These, I made these like eye holes too far up. Luckily, it's okay. Resident Evil game, but this is the store, and the door to the shopkeeper appears randomly near save points. Yeah. What would Jungle Jim do? He would, like, throw a crazy rager party and, like, I don't know, hire a stripper or something. Anyway, I knew somebody who worked in the alcohol department at Jungle Jim's and was invited over to his house, and there were, like, armed guards. And it's like, okay. There were suspicious men in black suits who were standing there menacingly. Hey, Ash. What do you think about Jungle Jim? Well, you see, I have not actually been to Jungle Jim's, however, I have heard from Mouse's friends, or Mommy's friends, of course, sorry, did not mean to use your name, is that Jungle Jim may be a crazy person. However, I would like to go and smell all of the food. I have heard that there's great big fish there and great big chicken. Yummy things that I can eat. Yes, you would love it there, Ash. I will say it's like overstimulation hell, but like you can, there are places where you can go that aren't, you know, insane. Especially if you don't go when it's crazy crowded. There's also, like, the world's largest cheese or something. It's like a really, like, long cheese, and it's in a big glass case that goes, like, almost up to the ceiling. There's also the fanciest bathrooms, which has a porta potty, but it's actually the door to, like, a really nice big restroom with, like, a couch in it. Very, very big cheese. And, like, if you want, I mean, a lot of people get their, like, you know, Thanksgiving turkeys from there, or you can get a lot of really good, like, catered stuff there. But it's also just, like, a whole experience. Actually, haven't been there in quite a long time, but it's great. I mean, yeah, it's like international food, so it's not like super cheap, but it's good value for what it is. It's all good stuff. Any kind of, literally any food group, you can just have like any of it that you could possibly want. They have like a whole candy wall. They have stacks and stacks and stacks of wine. They've got big, big fish and meat counters. You get, like, buttered popcorn flavored soda or whatever. Organized crime ends up being an outlet for common people to have a fun experience. Mm-hmm. And this is all alleged, okay? It's all alleged. Jungle Jim, if you're watching, I'm not calling you out. Don't come to my house, okay? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Cincinnati chili? Big deal? Of course it is. I love Cincinnati chili. I mean, they have Skyline there. I think it's more like Skyline is not weird enough to be at Jungle Gyms because it's just like too normal. You can get it anywhere else. I come to your establishment. I believe that's all of the food that we need. Yes. What do we want to do about the eyes? Skyline is weird, parentheses good. It would absolutely be there, and be a bigger deal if, if it wasn't literally, like, already in Cincinnati. No, I love Skyline. I want to do these. This may not be the final way that I do the eyes. We'll just have to see. To make them sort of normal. There's also full official model kits for the Jungle Gym's car that you can buy. I saw at Joann Fabrics when it was closing down. Like crazy souped up car that was like there in the 70s. It's not a mech, although that also would not be out of the realm of possibility. He's got enough mechs in there with all the electronics. Or animatronics. I'm genuinely scared of, like, being in that place at night, because all of the animatronics would just go off at random times. In the dark. That would be horrifying. That's a horror movie waiting to happen. Yeah, if you want to make like a crazy, like, ugly 70s car, into a mech, you totally could. I mean, that's what Mega XLR was, I suppose. Yeah, Five Nights at Jungle Gyms would go hard. Where did my other... Oh, did I not get it out? I didn't get it. About us, the Jungle Gym story. Here, do we want to... Well, after we finish the eyes, we can maybe take a detour over there. I still hold a certain amount of mysticism towards stuff in Cincinnati because I didn't grow up there, but my mom's side of the family did. So stuff like Skyline, Grater's Ice Cream, which is very good, and like Jungle Gyms was always like, I still consider them very cool and interesting, and like a special treat. His father's name was Clem, which is fun. Anyway, yeah, he's probably a crazy person, but, well, no, that probably is a definitely. He's definitely a crazy person, but, you know, runs a good store. They have a podcast. I don't want to know what goes on that podcast. Yeah, I hope he's not hurting anyone. He's probably not. But yeah, just like absolutely everywhere you look, there's some weird thing. Oh, don't hurt the value of the dollar. Inflation's real bad right now. Can't afford groceries is bad. Kris has a Smurf-coated middle state, yeah. Just like how Susie has a Barney-coated middle state when she doesn't have hair. Will all make sense once you have a giant mop of hair covering all of this. Remembering to always make the eyes slightly crossed so that it looks like you're looking forward. Because having the eyes be perfectly forward on a 3D object makes them look like they're wall-eyed. Ah, I see. Where the eye shines still go in always on one side. Nope, no, no, no. A little bit. A little bit. The Susie that I made for a commission that I shipped out today ended up getting sort of more of a wolf cut. It looked really cool. Slightly less swoopy and more baggy. Barney, deadbeat dad confirmed. I love you, you love me. We're a happy family. I don't fucking think so. Alright, we will, let's take a look at some jungle gyms. Pause this recording. Okay, I remember how to do window captures. Here we go. The Jungle Gym story. Make this bigger. Here. Oh, let's actually find the way it is. James O. Bonaminio was born in 1949 in Lorain, Ohio, 30 minutes outside of Cleveland. His father, Clem, was a steelworker, his mother, Marie, a housewife, and sometimes saleswoman. For a while, she peddled fuller brushes door to door. Pushing a baby buggy, she discovered, was a terrific icebreaker. Jim swears he remembers hearing sales pitches from inside the carriage. By the time Jim was 6, he was eager to start earning money for himself. He began by offering to do odd jobs for his neighbors. By the age of 13, he was collecting golf balls from a nearby horse scrubbing, and then selling them to avid golfers. In high school, he washed cars and trucks for Ohio Edison. He was hitchhiking 5 miles to their parking lot, hauling his own hose, bucket, and rags. At age 19, he worked out deals to sell pillows, carpet remnants, and purses. Jim stocked the 1948 milk truck he got for $50 and became a garage sale on wheels. And then also, he did produce, and then he sold stuff at farmers markets. And then oh yeah, in 1975, city officials were reluctant to okay a permit for a fruit and vegetable market because the area was zoned industrial, not commercial. The commission admitted an exception had been made for a nearby Arthur Treacher's because that was where workers ate lunch. What's the difference, Esther queried, between having a fish sandwich and having an apple or an orange? She banged her gavel and said, "Permission granted, and good luck, son." Jungle Gym's International Market was born. A mere cubicle at 4,200 square feet, but it was a start. Before long, more and more products were added, and expansion continues to this day. Jungle Gym's International Market is a place where the first rule is to treat customers like gold. The second is to have fun doing it. People come from several states away for the unique shopping experience Jungle Gym's International Market offers. Also, oops. Kind of fucked up the capture there because I moved my window so I could see chat. Check out our video and photo gallery. We have a video and photo gallery. Click here to learn more about our 50 years in the jungle. No, thank you. So yeah, here's some of the stuff that's on the outside here. These are all fake, naturally. Oh, it won't just let me snip through them. But yeah, there's like all kinds of crazy stuff everywhere, such as and also the Big Cheese Festival. They have fireworks, Taste of the Jungle, cutting the big cheese at Jungle Gyms. That's the big cheese. It's very big. And now we must cut it. So yeah. That's Jungle Gyms. I'm sorry that wasn't like perfectly in frame or whatever. I was having a hard time seeing stuff. Make cheese smaller, replace with new big cheese. Yes, it's very long. Buppy, 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 buppy. Puppy. All right. One of our many weird things we have in this city. Should I have shown that off during the crafty creative stream where I was supposed to be doing around the world stuff? Probably. I didn't think about it though. I had need to finish Ralse in my brain. Maybe. I would think that, Feltarune will probably show up in the form of, like, trophies or stickers or something like that. Sans is probably the only one who would get, like, you know, he's the one who got a costume. He's also in Deltarune, so, like, that would count. Just because there aren't any other, like, indie game characters, really. Although Nintendo does love Toby now, considering he works on Pokemon. Yeah, if anything, I would expect some kind of, like, obtuse reference to Undertale or Deltarune in the next Pokemon game. Probably just, like, a little piece of dialogue or something. Be like, if you do this, you're gonna have a bad time, or something like that. Kris can probably be Link, because they're both, like, silent swordsman, kinda. I feel like Ralsei should be Yoshi for some reason. And, like, Susie can be Captain Falcon. Weird with the eyes. That'll bit wider. That's too wide. Usually have characters that have just a line mouth like that. You have a big ol' nose for somebody who doesn't actually have a nose. A little smaller. Love big noses just on a character that doesn't have an established big nose. It makes less sense. I know, I try really hard to be like... There's definitely an art to making the expression. And also, it looks more like a smile here when you're looking down on it, and it looks more like a frown when you're looking up at it, so it's kind of an unreadable expression. Eyebrows should be blue. Go with the hair. Round shapes in 3D. It's like, I don't know, it kind of works. It kind of works out well for me. Give them a readable expression. Is gonna make a lot more sense with hair, I think. Let's bring back the reference. I can go. I had a reference of, like, Kris's sprites from a bunch of different angles. No. Come back. And become smaller. Oh, hell yeah, this song. Damn it! Okay. So okay, we'll see if that makes sense. Skizzers. Skizzers? Hold on. I'll be right back. Don't worry. Well, these aren't my regular scissors, but they'll be fine. Okay. So the hair. It has a part, like, over here. Where are you going? Okay, go over there. I considered using, I have like a little bit of a sparkly navy, but there's gonna be sparkly in like lots of places. Oh, now he's back. Just needed to get comfortable. Okay. Oh, goodbye again. Make up your mind, sir. You okay? Nice. All good? Don't fall, my goodness. Okay, now you're back. No, sir. That's him. I know. Well. Here, take this off for a second. Thank you for being such a good dog. He has very big eyes. It's very cute. And now we go down here. Here? Okay. Are you all good? Ah! Stop hitting stuff. Sorry. This. That adds in about 2 minutes. Maybe his ears are too big. Here. 1 second. Just need to be made smaller. Embolden them. Jaxie got up, did a full 360-degree turn, and then went back to sleep in the same spot. Yep. Just animal things. better. Now that you have been corrective ear surgery. Hey, there's straight up no reason to have ears. Why are you doing this? Because I felt like it. That's. There's also straight up no reason to have a face in the mouth, but you did it anyway, didn't you? Yeah, I sure did. Head. Probably about right for the back of the head. It's all trimmed. Oh, you have 3 baby cucumbers growing on the balcony. Nice. Can't grow anything for shit. I somehow have a succulent that's been okay on the balcony for a while. Add a little bit more volume down here. No, that looks dumb. Oh. Alright, welcome back, everyone. Probably about the right length for the back, and then should be like a little something sticking up there. deal with that when we have things though. So okay, they're not just like straight down in front of their face. They kind of cover like this area. What's the best way to do this? Is this just the same song twice? That is just the same song twice. Yeah. How do we feel about that? I think I put the part on the wrong no. It might just be like there's a piece of hair sticking up over here, but the bangs go this way. Figure that out in a minute. Definitely this way. Fully cover that eye up. That to be covering it, but it also out in a weird. So yeah, like if you look under it, there the other eye is still there, but it's like the most covered. a bit more pronounced. Like, well, happy bit me. Read from the front is what I want it to. Kind of works. Little sticky empty part in the back. That's volume in it. I need to pull this volume. Yes. Yeah. That looks pretty good. Then we can do their bodysuit here, which don't know how close the craft foam is going to be to the body, so I am just going to like cover all of this. Like, in the future, when I'm not doing this on stream, I'll probably do the hair last, but it was important to do the hair now so that I knew if the head even looked right. Ears probably aren't necessary in the future, but like it's fine that they're there. You can see the eyes pretty well. Not too much. I don't think I need to do a shadow on top of them or anything. Try to do it sort of around the neck now. Sometimes with slivers like this, where it's parted, but it's in a line like this, like, I can just pull it apart and use it normally, but you can also just kind of use it as is and kind of go along with the round like that. Matter. Half-ass this. There's hair in the way, you don't need to half-ass it. Look right. Not super easy to see on camera, but this navy does have a really nice sort of like textured look to it. There's like some parts of it that are brighter than others, so it almost feels like a mixed color a little bit. This is short sleeve. Full range of white. Good. Too short. We need a little bit more. And the arms are down, establish that there are sleeves there. Sort of in reality, I guess they would be more short sleeves, but in both the Sprite and this, they're a little bit like BB. Goes more to the elbows. Yeah, that'll work. Oh, is it non-binary day? It's non-binary day. I do like just assorted Shy Guy noises in the background of this. My Viney! It's none. That's so poggers. Everybody sits up for a second and is like, non-binary day, okay, cool. I know, it's a non-binary being felted by a non-binary to several non-binaries in the audience. Don't make the same mistake twice. The sleeve's long enough. Truly magical moment in the world of these. Ash is like, I am a boy! That's nice, Ash. Kris, you doing okay, buddy? Is your neck okay? There we go. I did have a theory that I think maybe somebody else brought up, but I thought about it. Is that Kris doesn't emote very often when we're the one controlling them. So, like, most of their sprites that aren't just their, like, normal sprites are either in a cutscene or when the heart is removed. Also the characters being like, you're screaming, but we don't see them screaming. Like other stuff. Maybe it's like a filtered perception of what we're allowed to see. Do the picture and just like have them next to the kitchen knives. Oh, I sort of forgot that I needed... However, while we have this here, we'll take the leg. Do the splits, bud. Everybody's got to do. Sorry that I have to stab you in the crotch. Unfortunately, a part of the process. That's the feeling of a very tsundere houseplant being stabbed lovingly. I do find it funny how, like, there are a bunch of anime references in particularly Undertale, but also Deltarune, that are presented as being from, like, a Western fan's perspective of anime. And so the Japanese people who play it are probably like, oh, that sounds familiar, but like have to realize that it's coming from, like, this is an extremely nerdy thing to know. And then also get to learn some fun stuff about, like, Western, specifically American sometimes, culture. Such as, like, the cool S, stuff like that. How schools are set up, kind of thing. Well, like, the dialogue is. I don't... There's like a character in chapter 4 who uses emojis sometimes, and they're translated to cow emojis, the Japanese emojis. And I just bought the Legends of Localization book for Undertale from Fangamer. And holy shit, Fangamer shipping sucks. They have such good products. I swear to God, they're great, but oh my God, that book ended up being $50. I know I'm gonna really like it, so it's fine, but like, ugh. Yeah, they don't have one for Deltarune or anything, but like I've looked at some of the Japanese translation of Feltarune. I wonder how little stuff like that be like, oh, references to like like all the ads and stuff in chapter 2. How similar is that around the world? And like some of the you know, yeah, for sure they would want to wait, especially if like the translators are privy to knowledge that they shouldn't be, just so that they can translate things correctly. Because that happens sometimes when like anime or manga is being published, and it's like, oh, we didn't know that this character was a girl or whatever, and so we like called them he, and it has to be changed later, stuff like that. Well, and there's just stuff that would, like, totally get lost if you're playing it not in English, because, like, there's Piano Tutorial, which was in Kris's search results, but it's tutorials playing piano, and, like, the whole joke of Toriel's name is that it's tutorial. So I'm like, oh, I wonder how that was done. Did they just, like, lose the pun? Kris, you look like you're in your jammies. Forget if I've talked about it here or not, but like I looked up how Rules Card speaks in Japanese, and it's like I don't have like a perfect understanding of Japanese, but it seems to be that he's like using a really like old-fashioned pompous words for yeah, but then it's like, but you still miss the tutorial joke. But like Rules uses like first and second person pronouns that are very old-fashioned and pompous, which makes sense, but then also speaks occasionally in like random hiragana and katakana, and like what else, like also speaks really casually. That kind of gets the idea of a fake accent like that. This. This is hopefully gonna match up okay with a thing. Wanted it to be more gray than silver, also so that I can conserve some of the silver, but I do have a lot of it, but go through that fast. It'll look okay. Weird, but I mean, I have it now. There's like green silver. It just a little bit more. Yeah, get off of there. The Yakuza games? I don't remember any specifics, but I believe you. Let's see. We want them to just be flat across like that. Because sometimes they're portrayed as having more of a pointed tip. Sometimes they're not. Yes, let's see something cool. What you got? Inconsistent sprites. I hate it here. I think these pointed, but we won't make the gloves pointed because I don't think they ever are. Big first or small first? Yeah, big is fine. Yeah, okay. This looks better when it's on there. Oh my gosh! That's so cute! Also, thank you for the big moat. Glamour Hammer. Who did the... Oh, it's Lovesick? Cool! Go get your emotes from Lovesick, guys. So good. Yeah, that one's also very good. Ash, you okay? I'm good. Did I make a gross noise? Okay. Just needed to get off of the chair to make a gross noise and then come right back. Welcome in, Meister. You're making Kris Feltarune. Gave them eyes. They do have eyes that are red that you see on the odd occasion in the game. So I gave them eyes. Great. Since it isn't an exact recreation of the sprite. A little fun secret for this one. It's for fun. I mean, hopefully somebody will buy it. But nobody has commissioned it. Figured I need the whole trio. The whole trio and also Tenna. I forgot to turn back on Feltarune. Yeah, the others did sell pretty fast. Susie took a couple of days, and Henna took like 17 hours. Shadow Milk's still here, but also that's a smaller fandom. Ah! God, why is that so fucking loud? Totally cover that. Let's do it better. We'll see the navy underneath it. Yesterday on Tumblr, I saw an ancient Undertale post being shared, showing them excited about... What? Oh, the Kickstarter. Okay. Like I'm I can tell I'm getting like tired and hungry. We are almost done. Okay. There's a reason my streams are 3 hours, and it's because that's about as long as I can go without being like, oh god, this is exhausting. For felting, anyway. More of an ankle. Yeah. Mondays I purposefully end at 7 so that I can raid into Drawfee. Unless there's somebody else that we want to raid into, but that's always the backup. I mean, yeah, this is pretty good progress to make in 3 hours. I can make those bases pretty damn fast these days. Yeah, like, you don't have to do a long stream, like, and 3 hours is still plenty long. Yes, it will definitely be foam time, next time. Some foam and some painting. Probably also work on the sword at the same time. Patterns for that. I have some old cosplay patterns for armor that I'll look up and see if I can just like use those or modify them. I'm pretty sure I know how to make pauldrons. You sort of make like two kind of football shapes, and then once you put them together, they form kind of a curved pauldron shape. And for this part, you can often do like a circle with 4 cuts out of it that then turn into a slightly rounded rectangle, circle-ish kind of. Like, I'm pretty sure I know what to do anyway, but I'll look at my patterns. Make sure. Yeah, especially because everybody's in a T-pose when I'm making them, usually. They do tend to look very, like, magical girl transformy. Thank you. I think it's looking pretty good. I do want to add a little bit more of a sole of the foot there. A little bit here, because it's a bald spot. Come here. We're only going for another 6.5 minutes or so. But yeah, nice cool shower on a summer night. I will just, like, while I'm here, add a little bit more to all of that much. Glad y'all enjoy the streams. I enjoy being here. Cozy. Thank you. And not just because there's a cute little sleeping dog who is so small and so little and such a tiny bouncing baby boy. I love him. It's rough. Yes. That's what we're doing. Here's that thing. Lancer shirts for dogs. Well, it's certainly make one. Ash's small forehead kissy. Mwah. Mwah. For you. Hey, Mario Kart sound effects, what are you doing? Oh. Coconut Mall. That's why. I mean, this one does because it's like a really early upload of Mario Kart World. There's probably a better one now. That it's literally them just like recording the in-game audio, so there's some sound effects. But this was like a holy shit, this soundtrack whips, I need it. I'll see if I can find a better playlist now that it's been out for more than like a week. But I do kind of find the sound effects funny. They do release official music in their app, you see, that you have to pay for. Their stupid app that nobody wants. Oh yeah, I mean... I can't say I would buy it because I don't have, like, a record player, but... this soundtrack on vinyl would be pretty cool. I also know people buy vinyl records without being able to play them because they're just cool to have. Nintendo and smart business decisions don't always go hand in hand. But what do I know? I'm just some rando on the internet. I know I was surprised their target demographic grows up into paying adults who still enjoy their products. And it's like, we're not perpetual children. We would like to buy your products. Thank you. I mean, I don't really pretend to know how all of that stuff, like, works behind the scenes, necessarily. I do know some stuff about business, but not, like, that specific business. Oh. Still, recent Nintendo business practices have been slightly not great. Once we finish this foot, we'll raid out. Like Drawfee started, and they have Seigi there, which is cool. All right. No, maybe so. What am I doing? Yeah, there are also, like, lots of companies that make vinyl albums. I don't know how many there are in Japan, but Fangamer has vinyls. Like, Yeti, I think, has their own, like, music production company or something. Oh, the special game changer. Right. The one that you're, like, supposed to watch right as it comes out. Okay, thanks for coming, Cheesy. Safe walk home. Actually, about perfect. Good job, me. Okay. So, this is what we accomplished today. Got quite a bit of Kris done. We will come back on Wednesday, finish the arms, and then do the armor and the little scarf. And the sword as well. Okay. Yeah. Let's go raid Drawfee. Right, yes. We'll see you all on Wednesday. Goodbye.